Hey guys, Iowa Mining here. So it is New Year's Day, middle of the day here. It's actually kind of a nice day out. As you can see, it's pretty sunny, but it's like 25, 30 degrees. It's gonna get cold here, and we're looking at next week at high of single digits, low of -8, 6, something like that. That's what it looked like a couple days ago. So I got to look to see what the new weather models are showing. But I know it's gonna get cold. It's gonna get really cold. So what we did. And we're kind of prepping for this, kind of testing, and we had a rubber part underneath here. And so we had a rubber part that would keep the air on this side, on the exhaust side, but then allow the water to go underneath. If it rains heavy, the water runs down this little trough here underneath the container and then out the far side. So we had a little rubber skirt, more or less, so it allows the water through, but doesn't allow the air through. Or a lot less air through. So I actually removed that. So these bars here, we actually put the rubber in and then put the bars between this and this post, and then we have all these little hooks on the container all the way down. And so that was easy. It's easy, you know, put the skirt up in 5 minutes, take it down in 5 minutes. It was pretty easy. So I'm just putting the bars there for now so that we have them, we can reuse them here, come back in the spring. As you can see, I have the bottom pieces out. I've been trying that. I don't know how good it is. These are the easy pieces to remove. These other ones are actually, we didn't glue them in, but we kind of, you know, jammed them in and put them in there a little bit more. So I don't want to rip it up. So I'm just leaving it. We're going to do the skirt thing, and I'm going to do a couple other things I want to talk about here in a sec. So that's what that is. So let's walk around. It's pretty quiet over here, you know, because it's 30 degrees. Everything's pretty quiet. I'm going to back up here so I don't dox myself. So we're going in the container. Now, in here, what I'm doing is we are prepping. We have 40 ASICs showing up this weekend. So I've actually been prepping, getting some power cords situated and figuring out where I'm gonna put 40 ASICs, because that's a lot of power getting added on overnight, which is fine, which is great. We have plenty of room, but we also don't wanna load it on one PDU or two PDUs where all the power is on these. We wanna spread it out. And so I'm planning ahead. And so you'll see I have power cords kind of laid out where I'm thinking it's going to go. And I have little stickers where I'm putting these ASICs, or I'm not using my power cords. I'm using the ones that come with the L9s. And then actually I have different ones for the AL3s, which I just haven't put them out yet. But I've been planning where I'm putting the power. Because like I said, guys, you have a lot of power coming on, or you don't want to just throw it wherever. You want to actually have a plan. Because you put too much power on one PDU, yes, the PDU probably can hold it, it can handle it, but then you're burning up this PDU where you want to have everything moving at the same level. You want to be using the life of that product at the same level for all of them. You don't want to just burn one PDU up and then have to replace it. You want to slowly, you know, extend the life of all the PDUs. So you want to spread it out. Also, with the power, it has the 3 legs that come in. And keep in mind, I'm not an electrician, so I'm just kind of doing like general talking here. But you have 3 legs of power that comes in that feeds the container. Okay? Well, those 3 legs, you want to spread the power over evenly. You don't want to have one of them using all the power and the other 2 using a little. So that's why you spread out these PDUs on the different legs coming into the container. So in general, the bottom 10 plugins is legs 1 and 2. And then like 2 and 3, and then 1 and 3 for the top 10. Okay, so that's kind of the general idea of how that is broken down. So then you don't want to put them all on the same shelf or on the same legs. You want to spread them out from the bottom, middle, and the top, and kind of spread them out. And I've talked about this before, but that is something. When you have 40 showing up overnight, you're going to be busy. You're going to, you know, try to have some kind of plan, and you're going to want to notate the ASICs and keep them in line, and so you know which ones are which and where they're at and so forth. So you want to have a plan going in so that when you go to plug them in, this one goes in this shelf, this one goes in that shelf, this one goes in this spot, and then we already know the power is going to be good, where they're sitting at is going to be good, and then in the future, you know, in the summer, the cooling is going to be good and that kind of stuff. So you just planning it out. And so I was in here doing a little cleaning, a little planning, and making sure everything is good. So when this weekend comes and we have 40 ASICs show up, we have a plan of attack. We can get them deployed faster, and we get them deployed in the right spot with very little issue. That's the plan. So, you know, keeping that in mind, keeping that always thinking ahead. And the less issues I have, less issues my clients have, happier my clients have, the more miners I have hosting. So it's a win-win for everybody. So that's what we're doing to go along with the temperature. So I raised that skirt. We're gonna see how that goes. And then also, when a couple of these new ones show up, I might pull some of these and flip them around. I don't want to do that yet. I'm not gonna like flip them around. I'm gonna like post it up to where it's sitting here in its spot, but it's shooting this direction, shooting out towards the intake side. But when I do that, I don't want to have a big hole here, so I'm gonna save some of the styrofoam to kind of put it in its place. Then I can always remove it later once it warms up. We get past these -degree days. But the idea is I want to keep this intake side. I don't want it ambient, because if it's ambient, then it's -degrees. Well, that's not good. You want to have in the 20, 30, 40 range, preferably 40, but anything around 30 is a good number to have, because these ASICs, well, then will be nice and cool, they'll be humming, and have less issues. So we don't want to have really, really cold air. Also our big worry as well, ASICs are good. They should run at cold temperatures. The switches, maybe not so much. So we also want to heat it up, because we don't want these switches to get too cold. There's not producing that much heat, it's not keeping themselves warm. And so having this whole intake side as a little bit warmer temperature is going to be a good thing. So that's what we're doing. We're trying a couple different things that we planned, things that we've seen other people do. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but we're just trying to kind of stay ahead of it, kind of test it out. Yes, it's going to be negative, but I'm hopefully only for a couple days. We'll kind of see, but we want to try some things and then add to it if we need to, and kind of go from there, which is good, because we're going to be here this weekend deploying some ASICs. We'll see what the temperatures are, and then me and my business partner, being local, we can come back out, do some more things, do what we need to do. We even talked about even covering up the intake side a little bit more. We've talked about some options, and we're just staying on top of it. That's what you do when you're in this kind of Iowa weather. You got to be able to kind of move with the weather, and the problem is it changes from day to day quite a bit. So you have to kind of be kind of a chameleon, and you need to change with the times. So thank you guys for checking out this video. A very long one compared to my other ones. If you're looking to get your ASIC hosted, I got plenty more spots, even with the 40 showing up this weekend. But yeah, we're ready to host you. Just let me know. Send me an email at contact@iowamining.io. We can chat and see what works for you, and go from there. All right, guys. You guys have a good day.